Hey techies, Anthony from Nut here, and today we're taking a look at Switch OLEDs, but first we're going to unbox the Nintendo Switch Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Limited Edition Switch, and after we unbox this, then we'll switch over to a standard OLED Switch where we'll look at more of the features. So, let's just check this guy out, and here's the front of the box, the side. The same stats as a normal OLED, so nothing new there. Here's what the back looks like, and that's pretty nifty. Nice colors. All the back design, the dock is very detailed. Then of course all the same stuff that comes with a normal OLED comes with this one. And here's the front. And I guess we'll lay it down and open it. And here we go. So inside the box is packed like this. So we'll start with the Joy-Con. And look at that. So there's a little symbol of the Orange School on it. Some design stuff. It's nifty. Okay, let's grab the other Joy-Con. That's pretty nifty. That's the Grape School or Purple School, I guess. It's kind of neat. Okay, cool. So here is the screen, and so the front end is a straight up, you know, the normal OLED 7-inch, and here's what the back looks like. So let's see what they look like together. So the pattern is pretty much continued. It's pretty nifty. Nothing on the bottoms, top. Okay, cool. We'll put that over here. Pull out the top layer. Now there is like paperwork under here, like the warranty and instructions, but we don't need to see that. Okay, so the power adapter and the HDMI cord are generally the same, so we're not gonna unwrap these, but we are gonna stick them here. So they give you two of these straps, and obviously they're for the specific ones. This one has the nice orange on it. And this one, the purple. There we go. And then, this is the one thing that was like made me curious, is this going to be different, or nope, it's the same general Joy-Con grip, color, it's in black. Nothing fancy there. But the other piece that is detailed is the dock. And it's not too much, but it's tasteful, you know? So let's try to get it out of here. I'm bumping the camera there. Ooh, that is nice. It has like a feels like some type of protective glass or plastic on it, but yeah, that is pretty. There's two ports here. There's a little bit of Pokeball color back here. Oh, that's clever. See if there's any secrets. Nope, no secrets inside. Same port arrangement on a typical OLED. Yeah, it's pretty nifty. When we get back, we will take a more in-depth look at what an OLED has with it.
Who's that Pokemon?
We are looking at the Nintendo Switch OLED just in time for the holidays. And of course, I have the black version. And as you see on the right, here's the Switch in its dock. And of course, the power brick and the HDMI cords. Now, before we get into this stuff, let's just take a look at the box. And the box is the red box Switch. Tells you exactly what's in the box. The screen, two Joy-Con, two I want to say, what do they call them here? Joy-Con straps, HDMI cord, the dock itself. There is a grip, and then there is the power brick. And on the back, it shows the different modes you can play it in. So you can play tabletop, TV, or handheld. So this is just like the basic standard Switch, except it has a better screen and a couple of extra features, including a 7-inch OLED, 64 gigs of system memory instead of 32, and the stand is just way better. And of course, the dock has the built-in LAN on it. Now, let's open this box, and there we go. And inside the box, if the system was still in here, would include the screen, the Joy-Con, and of course the power brick, the HDMI cord, and here are the grips. So there's 2 of them, one for each Joy-Con. This is default for Joy-Con now. And then here is what the controller grip looks like. I rarely use this. It's surprisingly dusty for being in a box. But yeah, you just slide them in, and it uses the power of the Joy-Con to power it. As you can probably see, it is running cycle here. There's nothing to connect to, of course, because the Switch isn't on. But that is essentially what this is.
It's Pikachu! Pikachu!
So here is the Switch in its dock, and here is the handheld unit. And I did wipe off the fingerprints. I have, of course, been using this. And before we look at the dock here, we'll just show you some of the stuff that's on here. So this is the slot for the card, or / game. They call it card, but it is the game. And of course, I have Pokemon Shield in it. And here's the headset port. It's a 3.55 millimeter. Ignore this. This is the vent port. This is volume control. This is power button. On the bottom, this is the USB-C port. It's for charging and docking. And then ignore these 2 things here. And here is where we get to the back. And I'm just fingerprinting this up. When you open it, you should grab it from here. If you grab it from here, you can hurt the speakers, because this is where the speakers are. Speakers are here and here. Open it up, and here is where the memory card is. I'm not going to eject it because the system is actually on. So, but it allows you to do this. And you can adjust it. It's actually fairly tight. You can adjust this how you want it. And I think I want it like this so the screen isn't too obscured by the light bar. So let's turn this on. Click in 3 times, and you can see what I have going on here. And this is a 7-inch OLED screen, so it looks freaking fantastic. And I think it's just brilliant. So, of course, the options once you get in there is, of course, the account here where you can set your settings. And you can see my friends. Down here is where if you have Nintendo Switch Online, you will actually be able to either acquire it or see what features you have available to you. And of course, I have the expanded pass right here. Now I'm currently using Wi-Fi. Obviously, when it's not docked, it's Wi-Fi, and so if it's slow, it's because of my Wi-Fi. But then you can hit the home button, go back to home. Here is your news. Here is the eShop. It's kind of something I think they took from the Wii U, is the way the eShop kind of loads. You can see featured, recents, deals, so on. And then, of course, anything Nintendo Switch Online you can download here. And you can check the memberships and download stuff. So that's all pretty neat. And then there's some discounts and some free downloads. can go back with the B button, and then if you have codes, you can enter them here. And of course, you can get codes from the Nintendo cards that you buy at your local store. Then of course we can exit. Here's album. You can see pictures of achievements. Oh, I want to show this one. Here is mine for Pokemon. There's a Finishing Crown, Tundra, and Isle of Armor. Finally get to show those off. Here is how you sync in controllers. You can do up to 8 controllers when you're docked. Although, I mean, technically you can do up to 8, but it all like basically be Joy-Con because there's nothing you can plug in. But you can find controllers and work that other way. But we're not going to bother with that right now. We're already paired. We're already sunk. System settings. And I should mention the parental controls is actually an app. And then it's just internet settings, etc., etc. So we're not going in that type of detail, but oh, system's up to date, yay! Okay. And then of course the power button, which you can go back to sleep, which is basically the difference is pushing the button here, just doing it that way. But when you dock it, the screen automatically switches to the dock, so if you don't go to sleep first, you know, it's not like it's going to turn off for you. But we are going to go to sleep, so I can show you the next thing. So you can pull these off, and we'll show you the controllers. So let me move the dock out of the, or the screen out of the way. So these are the left and right Joy-Con, and they're both basically functional controllers for themselves. Basically Super Nintendo controllers if you think about it that way. So on the left Joy-Con, these buttons really don't matter when you're doing controller form unless it's a controller, you know, where you use the left one. But the buttons end up acting like the X, Y, B, and A, and this is the joystick, and then here's the L and R buttons up here. And then on the right, if you're playing it as a controller. Now keep in mind, when you buy a standard / deluxe Switch, you're basically already ready for 2 players. So this one, of course, it ends up shifting it to X, Y, B, and A, and this is the controller, and then here is the left and right. And then in normal modes, of course, this is the left and right, and L2 and R2, or on this Nintendo system they're called LZ and RZ, but that's essentially the controller scheme. If you ever need to sync them, you just hit these buttons here and make sure your system is looking for them, and you're good to go. This one has an IR like detector. Also, if you have any amiibos, they can go on here. This has a capture button for you to save what you're currently doing image-wise. Plus and minus buttons are different menu buttons. And so these are things you'll discover during typical usage. It's not a complicated system. It's just a nice system. So here is the dock. The dock is bottom heavy on purpose. It needs to support itself from tipping. And so let's take just a quick look at the dock. So there are 2 USB 2 ports on the side here. If you can see inside, there is a USB-C port that is for power, and if you're going to a television. Here is the back, nothing on the other side. The back has a plate that you can pull off. Now the standard Switch actually has a hinge plate. It's not the case in this one. I'm assuming maybe because people with the standard Switch sometimes would rip theirs off by accident, so the solution was, I guess, this. So more ventilation. There's a lot more technology in this base than there is in the standard Switch. The dock here actually gets software updates, which will update in your system and then update the dock. So if you can see into here, there are 3 ports. This is the Ethernet, dedicated Ethernet port. This is the HDMI port, and this is the C port. So this is where power goes in, and this is where it goes to your TV, and this is where your internet goes. And if you are a multiplayer, like you like playing online games, we're talking Splatoon, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, this is the better alternative because this connection is actually better than buying a USB adapter, which the Nintendo ones, the official ones, are super difficult to come by sometimes. And you can sometimes find them on the secondary market, but some people like markups. So, I mean, if you can get them for less than 20, you're doing good. But this direct connection is just a lot better. It is native, and it doesn't require like some type of adapting in USB to get it to work. So you basically cut down on your millisecond times as far as connection speed. So yeah, the difference is really there. I did a video on the HNE Games channel a while back of different USB, Ethernet USB adapters for the Switch, and the native one is obviously, the Switch one is better, but a direct connection is the best. So to simply put the Switch in here, you want to close the bottom piece here, the stand, and then you just simply slide it. Now, I don't know if you can tell on screen here, but there's actually a screen protector on this screen because people have said that sometimes their Switches, both OLED and the standard one, seem to get scratches on it. I haven't had that problem, but I'm proactive about it. Some people have bought covers to go over the front end here, but if we look, there is just a little bit of wiggle room, and that's fine. But I mean, on this version anyway, they put little slides in here to kind of prevent the screen from touching. So your results may vary. I do not know if the updated Redbox, the standard Switches, also have these little, I don't know, call them bars or whatever, are in place on that one. But that is certainly a possibility. Have not looked. But that is the Nintendo Switch OLED in black. I think it's the better of the two basic options, although if you're watching this mid-November 2022, there is a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet dock. It's a whole setup. It doesn't come with the game, by the way. It's still $3,500 or $349.99 in the United States, and it is just a decorated console. With that said, tell me in the comments what you thought about this device. Are you planning to get one? Do you have any questions? Let me know and I will try to answer them. Thanks for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe.